Ciao, today I'll be cooking pasta alla Norma. It's a very basic Sicilian dish, and when I was a little boy it was one of our normal dish. It's a summer dish, and my mum used to do it 2 or 3 times a week in the summer. Back when I was a little boy also was very seasonal, as aubergines were only available in the summer. Also basil is a predominant ingredient, but nowadays has become an all year round because obviously all ingredients are available. Let's get going and I'll show you how to make it. It's so easy. We'll start by making a very simple pasta sauce by pouring a little olive oil in a pan. I'm cooking for two, Julie and I, so I'll crush a couple of cloves of garlic and I will add them to my olive oil. Tin of cherry tomatoes. I like to use cherry tomatoes in this recipe. I know they're a little bit more expensive, but they make a big difference to the overall result. So I would recommend it, but you can also use chopped tomatoes. And you got some left in there. Always put a little water, just a little, and give it a rinse. Don't want to waste any, do we?
No.
Basil is another key ingredient for this recipe, and I'm going to actually show you using this plant how to pick basil. Some people do it wrong, including me up until a little while back, until Julie showed me. So what you do...
I gave him a lecture on how to sort out the basil plant.
You go and find where the growth of leaves are, and do not just pull merely leaves from the top, because it doesn't work like that. So here, I'll show you using this one here. Can you see there are some leaves in here? So just go above it and pinch it and break it in there, and they will grow back. Whereas if you were to pull this out, it would potentially kill the whole branch. And I'm just going to add a few leaves in my sauce. Put it on the hob and you will see that if you're using cherry tomatoes, you might want to crush them with a wooden spoon or a spoon or whatever you might be using. As well as being quite fun, they release a little bit more of the juice. I've turned the heat on maximum at the moment. I want them to get to a boiling temperature first, and I'll use the opportunity to add a little salt and a little pepper. The sauce is boiling nicely, so I'm going to turn it down onto a medium to low setting, number 4 out of 9. Place the lid on top and I'll let it simmer for 15 minutes. That is 15, not 50. I will be using 2 aubergines today. I will be honest with you, 1 aubergine would have been enough, but this one here is beginning to reach the last of its life, so I decided to do it as well. So I'm cutting this one into little cubes, approximately 1 centimeter big each cube. The second aubergine, which is a little bit more decent, I will be removing the little bottom off, and I will be slicing it using a braid knife. By the way, if you are steady with your hand, is the safest way to do this. And I will be doing them in approximately 1 centimeter big. Place the aubergine on its head once you've removed the first slide, so they'll give you a better base, and then approximately 1 centimeter, just remove each slice and cut through with your bread knife. Dead easy. There, job done. As Julie is very angry and she wants to eat soon, I will be frying my aubergine into 2 separate saucepans, or 2 separate pans I should say. So a little olive oil in a pan, and I'm going to be adding firstly my chopped aubergines together. I'll give them a little mix. And I repeat the exercise with the other aubergine. Again, a little olive oil at the bottom of a frying pan, and I place my aubergines on the pan. Hopefully they should all fit, and they do nicely, and I'll move on to the stove. You'll have noticed that I haven't put any salt on these. I've done that on purpose because I will be salting them at the end. So the chopped aubergines on the stove, maximum temperature until they start sizzling, and you can hear them sizzling away. I will turn the temperature down to most probably halfway, number 5, and I will place the lid on and let, excuse me, and let them simmer in their own water for a few minutes. The other aubergines, also an identical process. They are on the maximum temperature on number 9. They're beginning to sizzle. I will turn them on to number 5, give them a little shimmy, and I place the lid on and let them simmer for a few minutes. And I will be keeping an eye and turning them around until they're cooked. So let's give our aubergines a little check. They are simmering away, and this is an incredibly, where are you going? This is an incredibly healthy way of frying your aubergines. Actually, I'm steaming really. The traditional recipe implies using tons of oil, and I don't think olive oil when it's fried is very healthy anyway, best of times. And I like to try and keep my cooking healthier if I can. Moving on my other ones, the sliced one, you can see that one side is cooked, so I can turn them around. You will see that by that lovely golden and brown colour that you get on the aubergine, and you can assume that if those two are done, the other ones will be as well. So just flip them over and let them cook for a further few more minutes. Wonderful, my sauce is ready, has been cooking away, and I'm now going to turn it off, and I'm going to wait until the rest of the ingredients are ready. However, as always, make sure that you put plenty of basil also once the sauce is cooked, because this will add additional flavour to the sauce. And now that the tomato is off from the hob, literally the heat from the sauce is what is going to be helping that flavour being released from your basil. And leave it there. So these have been cooking now for nearly 10 minutes and they're done. You can see that they are nice and translucent, so they can come out. And I will be putting them on a plate. Even if I only cook them with a little oil, I will still be using a little bit of the kitchen paper to absorb any of the remaining oil. And we will leave this for very, very last, as they will be going on top of our pasta. There. And unsurprisingly, the second batch is also ready. You can see that they are of a similar color, so I'll switch them off as well for now, and I'll leave them in here because I will be using this one to finish the cooking process. And we're getting hopefully close. I've got some water boiling here. I'm going to add a little pinch of salt. Ideally, I wanted to use rigatoni today, but I haven't got any. So I'm going to have to use my favorite pasta, which is Casarecce. But you can use long pasta as well. So if you like spaghetti, or if you like linguine, or indeed bucatini, by all means, you can use that as well. This is a very versatile recipe, so you can use any pasta you like, but I'm going to be using Casarecce today. This pasta will cook in anything between 9 to 11 minutes, but I will want it to be al dente, so I will let it boil for approximately 8 minutes. Meanwhile, while the pasta is cooking, get back to your aubergines and turn them back on and add the tomato sauce. I've actually got them on medium heat now. Raise the temperature until everything starts boiling, and very quickly turn it down so that you go back to a simmering position. So while the pasta is cooking, the aubergines and the tomato sauce start blending together. By the way, you've got the garlic there and there. I will leave mine in, but you might want to choose to remove them, or indeed you could actually squash them with a fork. I'll leave them as whole. Perfect, my pasta is cooked, it is al dente, I've just tested it, and I'm now going to add it to the sauce, just like so. And I will be mixing it for maybe a minute, turn the heat up. I've actually kept a little cooking water beside me in case I need it, because it's nice and starchy, and should it get a little bit too dry, I can always add to it. This is a very important phase, by the way, because you are now blending the sauce with the pasta, and it might sound a little bit silly, but it's really, really important when you're cooking these sort of dishes. I don't think I'm going to be needing any water, so I'm perfectly okay as it is. So I'll turn it off. And there it is, it's ready. So I'm now going to serve a portion while it's hot. You can see that it's not too liquidy, but also it's not too dry, which is exactly what you're looking for. Perfect. Normally you can put pecorino, which is the strong cheese, or parmesan in this dish, or salted ricotta. I wanted to be as closely aligned to the original recipe, which requires seasoned salted ricotta. So what I've done, I've got a little fresh ricotta, and I thought I'll compromise. I added a little pinch of salt, and I'm going to put that on top. Why not?
Why not indeed?
I'll put 3 blobs.
This must be my portion.
And don't forget your aubergines. So I'm going to be a little bit creative today, and I'm going to put one that way and one that way.
Wow.
And to finish off, maybe, just maybe,
Oh, wow.
a little blob of ricotta, and why not, a little basil on top, so that we can use it as a beautiful picture for our thumbnail. And there it is, pasta alla Norma. Very simple, very tasty. I'm sure I will test it in a moment. And what did it take? Half an hour, if that? And we're doing a video, so it's taking even longer. So most probably you can make it in 20 minutes. And of course I need to taste it, don't I, Julie? So I'll try and get a little piece of ricotta with my aubergine as well. Still al dente, so it's really good. And I have to say, I'm pleased I put the ricotta in, because it adds more flavour, but predominant taste is the basil and the aubergine. And the fact that I used cherry tomatoes really helps, because add a level of sweetness to the sauce. Delicious, simple, make it, you will not regret it. Thank you for watching. Ciao ciao, see you later, bye.